Hello and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through the closing chapter, and we are on Mari-san's route. That's Mari-san for you. Even though she seems to be blatantly suffering, Mari-san has since then downed 3 glasses of bourbon in quick succession. That is pretty dangerous.
うるさい。お前なんかに私の気持ちが分かってたまるか。
話してもらわないと分かるわけないです。マリさんも俺の気持ち分からないでしょ。俺の話まだ終わってないです。だからこれ以上飲まないでください。さっきシラフで聞くって約束してくれましたよね。
I mean, she said she would, but yeah, I could see her point. Having to deal with this, you want to have a drink in you.
この程度酔ったうちに入らない。
それでもここまでにしといてください。これあとは俺がいただきますから。
While this certainly does appear to be about how much she usually drinks, she's clearly pushing herself today. After all, her complexion is quickly turning pale. This isn't the time for me to just look at her with a pleasant smile.
勝手に話せ。ちゃんと聞いてるから。
Having her glass taken by me, Mari-san gets increasingly sulky, puts her chin on her hands, and turns her face away from me.
じゃあ話します。俺があの夜なんであんな気持ちになってしまったのか。
The glass that I took from Mari-san was marked with lipstick that seemed slightly brighter than usual. As I raised the glass's kiss mark up to the light, I began to talk in bite-sized bits.
あの時考えてたこと、感じてたこと全部。その上でマリさんに裁いてもらおうと思ってます。
Because if I don't talk this through, there's no way we'll understand each other. Even if me doing so happens to be the most despicable and selfish act in itself.
少し長い話になります。3年前に遡りますから。
I'm glad he's deciding to talk things through. It's very important.
マリさん、あの DVD 見たんですよね。トーマカズサが映ってる付属祭のライブ映像。
Not only did Mari-san turn her back to me, but now she's even stopped giving a reaction.
そこに一緒に映ってる俺のことも。
In spite of that, I still believe that she is honestly listening to me. I returned back to the way I was 3 years ago. As the class rep of Hojo High's Class 3E, and the backup for the light music club.
あのユニット、学園祭の数日前に結成したって前に話しましたよね。もともと出る予定だった連中が女絡みで空中分解して、その後トーマを引き込んで付きっきりで教えてもらって、なんとか人前で演奏できるレベルにまで押し上げてもらったって。そんな風に俺今までずっとトーマカズサのことしか話さなかった。でもあの舞台の上には俺たち以外にもう一人いたんです。俺なんかよりトーマなんかよりもよほど目立ってて、観客の注目と歓声を一手に集めてたボーカルの女の子がいたんです。本当は俺が最初に同好会に引きずり込んだのはトーマじゃなくて、あのボーカルの彼女だったんです。彼女は今でも俺と同じ北条台にいて、それで俺と彼女はその
Oh no.
マリさん。
The moment I was finally about to delve into the main point of our conversation, Mari-san let out a sound that suggested she was about to throw up after listening to me speak for the whole time.
すまん。
え？
気持ち悪い。しかも立てないくらいに。 悪いが洗面所に連れてってくれ。
I stand corrected. She really was throwing up. Oh no. Mari-san.
ほら、着きましたよ。しっかりしてください。
As I finally find the switch to the lights in the darkness, I discover the apartment where I was taken care of in the same state that it was back then. It really has returned to the way it was back then. It only took a week, despite the fact that I cleaned it up so thoroughly. She needs a house husband.
下ろしますよ。力抜いてください。
I loosen my arms that have been supporting Mari-san's body and slowly place her on the bed. Mari-san's face is still pale, and cold sweat is dripping down her forehead.
とりあえず薬飲みましょう。薬箱どこです？
買い置き切らしてるかも。
俺、ある程度なら持ってます。胃腸薬と風邪薬と頭痛薬とウコン。どれがいいですか？
Turmeric. It's such a random spice.
本当に用心深いやつだな、北原は。
これくらい常識ですよ。はい、お水。飲めますか？
Haruki has like the mom purse. If someone's like, oh, I need some sunscreen, I need some medicine, I need, you know, a towel or a tissue, Haruki's got it. It's so funny. As I hold out a cup to Mari-san as she remains collapsed on the bed, she replies to my gesture only by slightly opening her mouth. I reluctantly tilt the cup such that its edge touches Mari-san's lips without spilling any water. And she drinks the water in small sips as it slides down her throat.
熱はないみたいなんだけど、今も気分悪いですか？首を縦に振るのも横に振るのも飲み終わってからにしてください。
お前が水を飲ませながら質問するからだ。
In any case, she still seems to be properly conscious.
体調悪いなら無理して来なくても、連絡さえくれれば日を改めたのに。
そんな甘え仕事じゃ通用しない。
これは仕事じゃなくてプライベートなんですから、少しは甘えがあったっていいじゃないですか。
うるさいな、北原は。
Seemingly sulky, Mari-san turns away from me, though she also relaxes her whole body and slowly stretches out her limbs. She's doing this right in front of the man who's attempted to violate her just recently. I know she's not feeling well, but she's still way too defenseless.
明日病院行ってきた方が。
明日はどこも休みだ。ついでに私も休みだ。
なら明日一日おとなしく寝てるんですよ。
お前は本当に説教臭いやつだな。私の方が何もかも立場が上だってのに。
マリさんが心配だからです。
私は大丈夫だ。正直もう随分楽になった。今から飲み直すことだってできるぞ。
Well, you definitely shouldn't, even if you can.
やめてください、無茶は。
As I remain exasperated about the fact that Mari-san's whining like a child, I can sense signs of improvement from her, which is naturally quite a relief. Her complexion still isn't looking too good, though, and she hasn't completely stopped sweating either. Even so, compared to her miserable state that was so bad she couldn't even whine back at the bar, she certainly does seem to look a lot better. Doesn't she look a little too comfortable? Before I noticed it, she's only wearing her shirt. She's unfastened her belt and even the hook on her skirt. Well, I can't see anything critical. Critical! Can't see anything critical. That's so funny. I can catch a glimpse of what's beneath the gaps of her formal wear. I shouldn't be seeing this, but her bare skin and underwear are...
本当に 大丈夫なんですか？
ああ、もう全く問題ない。心配かけてすまなかった。
俺はどうでもいいんです。マリさんは平気なんですね。
本当に楽になったよ。北原のおかげだ。
そう言ってもらえると
そっか。じゃあ
俺そろそろ帰ります。
Mari-san's unkempt state made me realize something.
それじゃあお大事に。しばらく編集部にも顔出さなくなりますけど、お元気で。
Don't run away like that. The current scene I'm seeing that is no different from what I saw the previous week made me remember.
なんでだ。
なんでって、それが常識だからです。
I just can't continue to be in this apartment. After all, this is the scene of the crime. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not understanding, but what the heck crime? Like nothing happened. She didn't say like, don't do that. And then he like did it. So what the heck is the problem? Haruki is just,
私を見捨てて帰るのがお前の常識なのか。
大丈夫なんですよね。つい今そう言いましたよね。
With the way I am now, I just can't think of a reason for why Mari-san's taking an accusing tone with me at the moment.
お前は私の言葉を額面通りに受け取るのか。肺炎の時だって鼻風邪と言い張った人間だぞ。40度の熱があっても休んだことないんだぞ。
40-degree fever, that would put you in the hospital.
だから明日はゆっくり休んでください。それでも辛かったら月曜も休んでください。
この前泣いてるお前のそばにいてやったじゃないか。なんてお知らずだ。
But why? Why is she taking an attitude with me that I can only describe as extraordinarily cute?
俺はあなたを犯そうとした男ですよ。
ああ、そうだ。この最低男。
Mari-san stops defending me the moment she starts pouting.
そうです。俺は最低なんです。だからマリさんのそばにいるべきじゃないんです。
And once Mari-san starts pouting, she destroys herself with logic that's uncharacteristically full of holes. I look at Mari-san once again while keeping my distance. A prominent red has returned to her once pale face, but on the other hand, her wet eyes are reminding me of another emotion right now. While her expression is undoubtedly angry, it's difficult for me to make out the other emotion that's mixed in. And it might be a blend of more than two emotions to begin with. Who is internal monologue? Like, it's so long and pointless.
帰ります。
北原。
I can't. If I continue staring into her eyes like this, there's no doubt I'll feel drawn to her again.
とにかく今は寝てください。明日起きて、それでも辛かったら電話ください。
待て。
And if that were to happen, I'd end up doing the same thing I did back then. Okay, this is dumb. You can't look at a woman, you can't be with a sick and tired woman without, like, being overwhelmed with your manly urges. Like, come on. Have some self-control, first of all. Like, just, come on. Rather, I might not even be able to restrain myself, given how feeble Mari-san is this time.
それじゃあおやすみなさい。
違うんだ。これは別に本当に病気でも何でもないんだ。
じゃあなんだって言うんですか。どう見たって辛そうじゃないですか。
だからこれは多分薬の副作用だ。
いい加減なこと言わないでください。何の薬を飲んだって言うんですか。
ピル。
At that moment, I simply couldn't understand what Mari-san was trying to tell me at all. I can only deduce that she was confessing something ridiculous to me, from the way she seemed deep in thought and how her complexion flared up instantly. Pills?
その一昨日から飲み始めたんだ。仕事の合間縫って婦人科行って処方してもらった。どこがいいとか全然わからなかったから、沢子に泣きついて簡単な問診だけで処方してくれる病院を探してもらった。
And piru, which they translated as pill here, pretty much always refers to birth control, so that's what she's talking about. My mind went blank.
仕事の合間に食事抜きで待合室に並んで、しかも沢子に思いっきり生温かい目で見られて、とんだ息恥をさらしたん。
But that medicine is...
なんでそんなものを？
なんでって、それを言わせる気か？あれの用途なんて一つしかないだろ。
It's a contraceptive. And she mentioned she started taking them the day before yesterday. The day after I called Mari-san saying I wanted to meet her.
マリさん。
And when you start on the pill, it makes your hormones whack. It takes a while for them to, like, stabilize. So Mari-san's definitely feeling some of those effects. With all that said, what are you trying to convey to me?
だから帰るなんて言うな。
I was completely rooted to the floor the instant Mari-san murmured those few words to me.
なんで俺だってマリさんにあんなこと。
仕事今は絶対に辞めたくないんだ。だから妊娠だけはダメだったんだ。
そういうことじゃなくて。
そういうことなんだ。あの日お前を受け入れなかったことにそれ以外の理由なんかないんだから。
The thoughts in my head vanished once more. It's because she unveiled a trump card that completely invalidates the sin of my deplorable actions back then.
いやごめん、もう一つだけ隠してた。旅行中毎日飲んでて肌ボロボロだったから、それもちょっと抵抗があった。
Her skin, aww.
そんな。
鈴木のやつひどいんだぞ。久しぶりに会った途端人の顔まじまじ見て肌荒れてますよって。
ちょっと。
だからしばらく酒はやめてたんだ。それと仕事帰りに深夜営業のエステに通って。
待ってくださいマリさん、待って。
でもさっきつい勢いで飲んでしまって、肌に悪いわ気分まで悪くなるわで、もう最悪。
そんなくだらないことはどうでもいいから。それよりさっき言ったこと。
Before I knew it, Mari-san's face was right in front of me. Even though I'd only sidled up beside her bed to witness her feverish expression up close.
くだらないとは何事だ。ベストじゃない体を晒してお前にがっかりされたらどうするんだ。
Oh, she's so cute. That's why I can hear Mari-san's angry, shrill voice ringing in my ears. And I can feel Mari-san's warm breaths teasing my cheeks.
今週だけで10万近くつぎ込んでるんだからな。お前が二人きりで会いたいなんて言うから。
Woohoo! 100,000 yen, that's like $1,000. Why would someone like her waste so much money and time for my sake? If she's gone so far and even forgave me after what I've done to her, does that mean she's...
俺をかばうために無理してそんなこと言ってるんじゃ。
Haruki is so dumb. You know those people where like the girl's blatantly like, I love you, and then they're like, do you think she likes me? That's Haruki right now. So dumb. Oh my god. She's offering her body as the ultimate form of protection, all so she can relieve me of any thoughts of guilt? Yes, clearly that's what her intention is.
くだらないこと言ってるのはお前の方だ。なんでそんな卑屈な態度ばかり取るんだよ。
Honestly, what a turnoff. That's like, just, come on.
だってマリさん、俺は
As I thought, my attempt to belittle myself was cut down in a single stroke. It's the one thing that's just typical for Mari-san to do.
だとしても、それほどまでに大切な部下だということだ。求められたら断れないくらいに。
That's not a thought a superior should be having, and it's not something that a subordinate should be allowed to do either. Words like those just can't come out of my mouth anymore. The only thing that's happening is that my hands are unknowingly reaching out to her. No, I don't have any excuses anymore. Without hesitation, I willingly reach out toward Mari-san's cheeks. And another thing we should really note at this point is that birth control takes a week to really kick in. And for her, it's only been 2 days, so she is not safe.
やっぱりマリさんは愚かですよ。
違う。これはリスク管理だ。
I don't know a superior who's spoiled by her subordinates, and I can't imagine myself meeting a superior like her ever again in my whole life. That would be too much luck for one person.
だって私はお前よりそこそこ年上で。
As my hands tickle her cheeks, Mari-san averts her gaze from mine.
私の方が大人なんだから、いろんな対策はこっちで打つべきで。
そういうのは普通、男のやることです。
そうやって待ってばかりでそれきりになってしまったらどうする？悔しいじゃないか。
マリさん。
I won't let her turn her face away like her eyes, so I put my hands on her cheeks.
キスしてもいいですか？
Oh, Haruki.
なんでそんなことわざわざ聞くんだ？何も言わずに犯そうとしたやつが。
Don't drag him back into that again, please. Just let him forget it.
あの時はごめんなさい。俺もうマリさんの嫌がることはしないから。
After all, this is different from the horrible way things transpired back then. I'm quietly desiring her from the bottom of my heart, and I'm calmly realizing what that means. I understand what I'm trying to do right now. And I understand who I'm trying to betray right now.
マリ様。
待って。
は
That's why, even if she rejects me before I can do that, I'll do my best not to let that happen.
私やっぱり
い。やめます。
With the way Mari-san's lips are dyed red right in front of me, it's difficult to resist the urge to make an advance at her. But with the way Mari-san is right now, I absolutely can't force the issue. I just can't commit an act of betrayal again, and upon 2 people no less.
は、磨いてくる。
She's so funny. But the determination I've built up was destroyed by Mari-san's words, filled with even more determination.
このままキスなんて。だってさっき私お店で。
あ
She felt sick and rushed into the washroom.
どうしてこうなんだ。早く気づけよ、私。
あ、俺は気になんか。
お前が良くても私が気にするんだ。
Once again, I can feel Mari-san's breath on my face as her voice rings in my ears. I can detect the slightest scent of alcohol, but it isn't repulsive in any way. It actually smells quite nice.
少し待っててくれ。30分。ついでにシャワーも浴びてくる。全部洗ってくるから。
Mari-san, it's fine. Unless she has vomit on her breath, because that's really gross.
マリさん、体調の方は。
絶対に帰るんじゃないぞ。もし帰ったりしたらこの前のことを警察に通報してやる。
Oh, don't. No, that's not right. Don't say that. Even just saying that is not right. It seems that I've been worried for nothing. It seems that her condition is merely something trivial to her, given how flustered she is right now. When I came out of the bathroom, the room had changed to indirect lighting. Since then, it's been an hour. Mari-san used the bath and then she let me use it as well. I properly filled the bath with water, made sure to heat it up, and slowly calmed down my racing heart. Because it's the same situation as back then, so I don't want to make the same mistake as I did that time.
マリさん、
The bump in the futon above the bed doesn't move an inch, but that part also brings up memories of that time.
マリさん、
But I don't stop there. I've already gone past that point. Thank goodness. By wounding the person in front of me,
こっち向いてください。
いやけど
こっち向いてくれないとキスもできないです。
やだ。やっぱり恥ずかしい。
If you take into account how strong her tone usually is, those words with that pitch in her voice coming out of her mouth are unimaginable. It takes my breath away.
その勝手に済ませてくれ。別に嫌って言ってるわけじゃないんだから。
As if she's trying to hold off until the very end, Mari-san abruptly turns her back toward me.
マリさん、
She probably doesn't get it. The fact that if she takes that attitude, it'll only raise the heartbeat unnecessarily.
触りますよ。
黙って触ればいい。
I strip off the futon hiding Mari-san away, exposing her limbs as they're not so surprisingly curled up. Besides the small area covered up by a bath towel, the rest of her pearl white skin, fresh out of the bath, glistens back at me. First, I bring my hands to touch the slender shoulders in front of me. Then, as if to embrace her from behind, I crawl into the bed. They're so cute. Also, this is the first time we've seen Mari-san with her hair down, which is really beautiful. As if able to glide without any resistance, my hand drifts from Mari-san's shoulder to her arm. When I bring my face close to the nape of her neck, a faint heat drifts towards me, together with the smell of soap. Unable to resist, I touch there with my lips. When I do, Mari-san's scent comes out, mixed with that of the soap. When I try to rub my lips against her, they glide across her skin like my hands did.
北原、
はい。
私の肌。
Oh.
どうだ
She's so cute. All right, so we are going to stop off there for today. Thank you so much for being here on this episode of Mari-san's Route, and I'll be back with you for more in the future. Until then, I hope you take care. See you.